because I would really go crazy about it right now. Okay, please. Okay, so that should be good. Are we live? Okay, I think we're live. Now on LinkedIn, I can quickly modify this, paste this new source link, copy this one, paste this new one, then hit OK and then start. And if everything goes right, I should get my stream right here. Please work this time. All right, so we have the same problem we had the first time. It's not. Oh, it's working. Yes. Yes, it's working. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait till I have the Exxon ready, and then I can like start this stuff. Okay. So everyone can chat and it starts immediately. Create broadcast. Okay. Okay. I'm really happy that everything kind of seems to be falling in line right now. So I can easily just mute this one. Sorry, I have to do all of this right now because there's no way I can do some of this testing behind the scene, and streaming kind of like it's a lot of bit to bits, and I'm still trying to work on my flow. And I think I went live a couple minutes ago and crashed. I had to restart my PC, my machine, and here we are again. So hopefully this time it kind of stays working and doesn't like crap out on me. But if not, it is what it is. Okay, so OpenAI did work. I'm gonna start the stream on Twitter, even though I haven't seen it. Don't know why that is not working. Is it not live on Twitter? It's not. Wait. Okay, it's live. Man, there's so many stuff that is just messing up right now. Anyways, I think it's not working. So, don't show my key, but history there, bro. Developers, let's check them out. I'm gonna post that, and that should do the trick for that. And I think LinkedIn is also ready as well, so I can just like go live on LinkedIn. And I think for some reason it's all working right now. It's all working right now. Nothing that's broken yet. Everything seems to be working right now. I'm so happy because last time things kind of crashed out on me, and I'm happy that things are working right now. So I want to trigger my fake test. Oh, my chat seems to be working. Yes, my chat is working. Sorry, you came for DevDay. I'm kind of. I just had a crashed stream, so I'm happy that things are kind of falling into place. How do I now make the chat for LinkedIn work? Sorry. Select live sessions. Oh yeah. Because I'm not live on YouTube. Even though I'm live on YouTube, I'm not like live. Oh, so I kind of got signed out of all my accounts on Google. This thing happens every time, and I'm not happy about it. But it's what it is. So I can like just go live on YouTube as well. Streaming is a lot of little things. I said that last time, and I'm saying it again because there's so many platforms, and I'm not using like one of this. I'm not using StreamYard. I decided not to because I want to get comfortable with like using my own setup and having all those cool streaming elements and stuff flying around. You know, it's all fancy, and I think it really adds to the dynamic of a live stream. There's so much that this platform can get right. It's more like the same way of saying why use something like Vim when you can just use like an IDE. Well, some people prefer like the core terminal experience. You know, it's something like that. But OBS really opens up like lots of opportunities to flex around, like to do some really, really, really cool stuff. And I'm telling you, cool stuff. I've seen stuff, cool stuff. All right, so I think once again we are live. I'm gonna test my chat on Twitter, see if that works. And if that doesn't work, that will be sad because I was hoping to get you guys chat with me. I'm gonna activate my Twitter. See if that picks up the chat. Okay, I think it should pick up the chat right now. Yo. Yes, chat is working on Twitter. I can close that right now. Let's see if we got chat working on LinkedIn. Yeah, sorry, I kind of have to do this. There is no way. Okay, so I'm just gonna close this. I think LinkedIn should be working right now, and then I can also do for YouTube. One day I'm gonna walk you guys through the behind the scenes of what most streamers have like on their stuff, so you guys can see what that usually looks like. Like, OBS gives you like lots of stuff to do. Let me test it. Let me test this place too. Oh, chat. Good. So we have everything working right now. My chat is working. Everything seems to be working. So you guys can chat on LinkedIn and you can leave me comments. Good. What are we doing today? I wanted to bring a couple of guys on the stream to come and join me and we can talk about OpenAI, but as you can see, I'm struggling. Lots of stuff seems to be breaking. And it's not a good experience to have, like, to figure out this out with people kind of on stream. All right, so what are we doing today? Man, streaming is a lot of tiny stuff. I'm gonna crack it. All right, let's talk about OpenAI. So OpenAI just dropped a bunch of interesting stuff for devs, and this was about like a couple hours ago. I mean, it's already 7th, as you can see. 7th right here. Let me just pull up my Apple cursor. You can track my mouse, so you can see 7th right here. It's day 7 of October. OpenAI just dropped some cool stuff, and we just want to go through them and see what exactly has OpenAI cooked. And if you check on Twitter, we have so many like experiences of people talking about what they released. In fact, I should probably just do like I can just like a Twitter search and show you guys what that looks like. I mean, take a look at this. Take a look at this. So say, oh, ChatGPT is doing mini apps now. I'm sure this person was like, this is more like a question than like a statement, like you're shocked. ChatGPT jumping into mini apps is like the next evolution of digital site. Okay, this is bad, of course. Yeah, but like that is why we want to check what OpenAI is up to, right? I want to show you. We're gonna walk through a couple stuff, like see where exactly day stunt. Play all. Play. Right. So I can check and say OpenAI DevDay, and you will see like a ton of stuff. You can see OpenAI DevDay. At OpenAI DevDay, we introduced a real-time API with, oh, this was January. Okay, this one is like 4 hours ago, so, oh, interesting. I don't think you guys can hear that. Let me make sure you guys can. Just gonna increase this screen capture. No, you should be. Okay, that should be good. So this is, now you can chat with apps. Just give me a minute. I think I messed up the sound output. So the output should be in my headset actually. Okay. Now that is pristine. Fancy motion aside, I think this is similar to something. If you know about MCP UI, when I saw that, my first thought was, this is MCP UI, so I'm thinking of making a content or producing like a dev guide on this later on. But like MCP UI allows you to like create interfaces for your MCP servers. So me seeing this is kind of like, oh, they like using MCPs, but then they're feeding like MCP UI stuff directly on top of that. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. Now you can chat with apps. I need a playlist for my party tonight. It shows you stuff and then shows you, oh, use Spotify. Oh, okay. And see. Apps that respond to you. Zillow, show me homes for sales in my home city. Kansas. Cool. Honestly, cool. Yeah, so like, that is, I think about 8 hours ago. Yeah, 8 hours ago, that's when like this stuff went live. So the internet is buzzing when like every single body's talking about OpenAI DevDay, OpenAI DevDay. And I think the last one was in October 6th. This was announced in June 26th. And then they had, oh my God, cool. Nice. Oh my God. All right, pretty interesting stuff. We are going to take a look at this. I wish, is there a way to like set like timeline, search filters, advanced search, and like OpenAI DevDay, and for stuff that were posted today from October, today 7, so like 6 or like maybe 5, 2025. Yeah, so just search from like. So this is the CEO of Figma, Dylan Field, and we just launched the new Figma app focused on FigJam workflows in ChatGPT at DevDay's OpenAI. So you can go from chat to diagram, easier. I'm really excited about where we can take this. More in the video below. So let's take a look at this quickly. And I'm sure most of you guys have seen all of this, but like just in case you did not catch it.
Visual form. Diagramming being one of the main outputs that you're often going for. So let me show you a quick look. I've got my handy dandy notebook here, and I'll open it up. And you can see I've made here a diagram of how this flow should work. So what I'm going to do is take my phone and I'm going to take a camera picture of this diagram. There we go. And you can see here it says, please create a diagram from this image. I'll press go and let's let it work. Okay, so here we go. I can tap on this diagram.
Okay.
I can zoom in. I can see how it faithfully recreated the diagram that's in my notebook. And I can even press open in Figma right here. And then I can go and get a link that I can use on desktop or just log in order to save it to my account and do further edits. Now let's dive into the desktop flow.
Okay.
So
that's the first thing we're looking at. I think that's the first one we're seeing, where you can now use Figma inside ChatGPT to create stuff. And I think that's cool. I don't know how well I will be using it, but I'm sure people that find use cases like this are gonna be appreciative. Most of these features probably will be available on the paid plan, by the way, so don't get too excited, except you're paying.
Is that every New Year's Eve, my friends and I will do talks for each other. This year, I was getting pretty excited about OWN Pro, which had just launched, and I wanted to see what was possible with OWN Pro and how far I could push it. So one thing I did was I just was trying this right before New Year's Eve and ended up going way, way, way too deep on it.
If I'm to guess, this would be something probably about slides, creating slides. Please be right.
Using your knowledge of science fiction or the most important parts of the tech tree that humanity should develop before the year 2100. Please share chronologically label any dependencies. Well, this started an adventure where I went pretty deep in this chat session. It just kind of keeps going. And then I was like, okay, obviously I have to put this in FigJam. So I did. This is from, again, New Year's Eve. And on a random account I was using for testing. And you can see how I've color coded it all. This took forever to make in FigJam. I've even got my key down here. And you've got sort of a pretty robust tech tree built out for what could occur by the year 2100. In any case, you can actually see here what our new ChatGPT FigJam integration does. Just using ChatGPT 5 thinking, I can make a simple prompt, Figma, create a diagram of a future tech tree from today to 2100. It actually gives me a reasonable output. I could show you some examples by zooming in, but pretty cool. And if I want to go a bit further, this is now incorporating what I've learned from that last prompt. I can use ChatGPT 5 Pro and go all out. So I will let it reason for a bit and come back. All right, and we're back. So let's see what it did.
So basically, the two announcement from like the Figma corner of the whole thing is now you can chat with Figma and other apps, as you saw from the previous video that I showed you. And then also you can do like, it's just showing like a couple use cases of using the Figma and the Jam stuff itself. But if you want to chat with Figma directly and let Figma do stuff for you, this is the way to do that. So I'm guessing probably you got to connect your Figma stuff directly to using the connectors. And in case you've seen the connectors, or if you haven't, just check it out. It's pretty cool. You just log into Figma from your account and boom, you got connected. And then this probably will work. And then we saw the one about Spotify and all the stuff. No, I was saying this probably using something called MCP UI. I'm not sure how they're doing it, or probably going to see that in the release itself. But MCP UI is something that can make you do that yourself. So you have MCPs and you want your front end or whoever is consuming that MCP to be able to like make requests that have like UI interfaces instead of text. MCP UI is one of those guys out there trying to solve that. So shout out to Ido Salomon. Working on this. Is an open source project in case you want to check it out. I might be exploring that pretty soon, but it's really out there, and I would say great job. So that's the first one we're seeing, and there are lots of stuff. Honestly, like this is the end product for me. Like this is where we're going to get to, right? But this is what the summary was OpenAI DevDay 2025. This is the actual vid live stream stuff. I think it's about an hour of announcement. And we should probably watch this video ourselves, like, and see the part of this. But if you want to like go through summaries, this is exactly, I think, the base summary of most things that belongs to ChatGPT, right? So I'm just gonna open them one by one, and we can see maybe dedicated announcement stuff from them. So, introducing apps in ChatGPT. This is the guy that kind of started our rise, that stuff. And we got apps in ChatGPT now, and then we got the new apps SDK. So we got two things. You can use apps in ChatGPT, but there's also the SDK that you as a developer can also like use to build your own fancy stuff, like what they're showing on screen and all the stuff flowing around, and everything is cool and we like it, right? So Canva, okay, can you turn this outline into a deck? And then boom. Oh no, no, really? That was cool. What? Wait, I can pause this? Yeah, I can pause it. I'm sure I can pause it. I can never do it. Damn. Alright, so now, well, you just saw that? Take a look at the slides, man. Take a look at the size. Oh my god, chat, that is fire. That is fire for real. So, today we're introducing a new generation of apps that you can chat with right inside ChatGPT, and you can start building with them today with a new apps SDK available in preview. Fancy, cool, nice. I think this is all in time for what Stripe released. I don't know if you saw the previous Stripe, OpenAI, why can I type OpenAI agentic commerce stuff? Yeah, so if you see what Stripe released, where you can buy stuff directly inside ChatGPT, I'm going to show you guys quickly the agentic commerce protocol, and I have like an explainer coming on this very soon. But like this is an example of what that interface looks like, where you like you want to buy stuff, you can click on it and you can like actually pay for stuff directly. I think there's a video of showing that here. So you see the same thing. Help me find a custom ceramic mug. It shows you UI. So that could be the apps really. And then maybe, facilitated payments and everything directly inside. So I'm guessing the apps SDK is tied somehow to this because, a lot of people use Stripe anyway. So it's more like just, same. Cool. So agentic commerce by Stripe, in case you're interested in building stuff, like people can buy your stuff directly inside ChatGPT, that is something you might want to consider if you're using Stripe. Anyways, back to the stuff. So developers can start building and testing apps today with a new apps SDK preview, which we are releasing as an open standard built on the model context protocol. You see, I said it, the MCP. The MCP is basically like the guy facilitating all those communication between the AI stuff and the client, which is you, the buyer, wherever you are. There's documentation about stuff, so you guys want to check it out. Now we're going to check how to use apps in ChatGPT. When you start a message to ChatGPT with the name of an available app like Spotify, Chat can automatically surface the app in your chat and use relevant context to help. The first time you use an app, ChatGPT will prompt you to connect so you know what data may be shared with the app. Oh, fancy. So just in case you use it without actually connecting it previously, pre the time you use it, it will prompt you to do the connection and then boom, you were connected. And it can also suggest apps that are relevant to your conversation. For example, if you were talking about buying a new home, ChatGPT can show you the Zillow app and you can browse listings that match your budget and map right inside the Doombud. We wanted UI and I think we got it. So my question now is, how does this interface with MCP UI? Are they using MCP UI, or they are kicking those guys out of the play and running their own stuff? Because they just announced the Apps SDK. So I'm going to check it really soon. Let's just take a look at a little bit about like what the actual thing looks like. So there's Booking.com, fancy, nice. There's Canva. I like this really. I think I'm a Canva Pro, so anyway I can use up that subscription. Good. Coursera. Do you want to hear how this stage connects to the rest of the UX process? I don't really know how this is gonna work, right? But is it gonna recommend courses to me or what? I don't know. Expedia for flights. The cool thing here is the fact that your MCP servers and whatever connectors or whatever you're doing can now have an interface. That is like the major breakthrough here. Even though they can, MCP UI is kind of like the guy that was driving that. I don't know if they're using it. I'm really curious about how that is being done behind the machine, the layer, but we're gonna get into that. So all these guys are connecting into various Instacat. Oh, you can buy stuff. None of this stuff probably work in my country. Oh, Uber, we can use Uber. Every other thing is not like for us. Please leave a comment in the chat. I can see your chat, right, by the way. So in case you want to drop something, please, the chat is the place to use, and hopefully it works. I think it works because last time I confirmed it, it worked. So how to build with it? Yes. You see, I am right. I am always right. Mark those words. I am always right. We will share details on monetization soon, including support for the new agentic commerce, an open standard that enables instant checkout in chat. What? Give me my crown, guys. Give me my crown. Yeah, that is it. That is what I was saying, right? That is what I was saying. So by Stripe, they got the agentic commerce stuff shipping very soon, and we love it. This dude loves it. I might not buy stuff directly in ChatGPT, but I'm sure if a gig comes up and they want to do it, I'll build it for them. You know, win-win. Anyways, let's check out the docs a little bit. I think I just want to see if there is an MCP UI directly. If not, cool. Learn how to deploy your MCP server. Our framework to build apps for ChatGPT. So they are kind of calling it like apps, right? And it's more like mini apps directly inside the platform, you know? Cool. So the app guidelines, we have which of this should I check out for? Okay, build up your server. Apps SDK supports any server that implements the MCP specification, but the SDKs are the fastest way to get started. So the Python and the TypeScript, of course, if you've built an MCP, that is one of those tools you gotta be checking out. I'm not gonna look at all this UI, but we do need to check it out actually, because if you see, sorry, this is starting to a coding stuff, but you can see this stuff right here. UI resource, no inline data assignment, host to inject the data, server the register resource. And I don't think, oh, yeah. Yo, let me pull up MCP UI real quick and just show you why I was kind of like that. If I go to the docs of this one, you can see that we got where is this again? I think I kind of matched the wrong ones. Okay, this and this. Okay, so this is MCP UI. This is the OpenAI. So I'm just gonna scroll down. No, scroll up. No, right. Yeah. So this is the UI resource that they're using, right? So there's a region, the file, you give you ability to the read file. You creating the server right here, and you are reading it this JavaScript mimified object. So like a dist, a build, a bundled JS stuff. And you're also reading in the CSS, right? Web dist kanban CSS, just to give your stuff some really good look. And then you are registering the resource as the UI, the Kanban widget, the UI widget slash Kanban board, whatever, and you're giving it context. So it's using the widgets, the UI protocol, right? And this is the tiny HTML script they're reading. They're also registering a tool that actually renders this UI. So I'm guessing when you Kanban board and then Kanban board HTML, right? So this is like a very short like description of how that stuff works. I actually kind of like this. Like it's giving me some crazy ideas for like a video I can make, like how to actually build this stuff, build a tiny MCP server, and then use this stuff to like show how to build a UI for it. The reason why I pull this closely to this is if you can take a look at this, you can see this is the MCP UI stuff, and they have like similar. I don't know who is creating the standard, but like you can see that the URI is closely like the way they're handling stuff, right? Register resource, and you kind of need to create a server first, right? And this one is like almost similar, right? Almost similar HTML string, while this is using text. God knows how this is gonna like overlay later. I don't know, but I just wanted to show that these guys are closely similar, like they are related. And I don't know what's going on, but it's nice to kind of know this. Well, now you guys know as well. So we've checked out the first one. You gotta use apps in ChatGPT, and that is one of the coolest ones. I can imagine that's why they kept it at the first place. You can use Figma, you can use Spotify, you can use Zillow. Very soon you probably use Instacart, and you can order rides Uber directly inside ChatGPT, and they're calling them apps. Apps use the apps SDK to provide the UI front end for whatever data that is required to be rendered directly inside ChatGPT. The next thing we're going to look at is the agent kit. The agent kit is a toolkit for production grade agents. Let's take a look at that quickly. So that's the second thing that was announced. And this is the agent kit. Agent kit. Agent kit. Introducing agent kit. Sounds weird. Agent kit. All right. So until now, what is that? What did I just do? Until now, building agent. Should just probably zoom this in. Yeah. Better. Why didn't I do that earlier? Until now, building agents meant juggling fragmented tools. Everybody always says one thing about that. There's a problem. Now I can solve it all. Complex orchestration with no versioning, custom connectors, manual eval pipeline, prompt tuning, and weeks of front-end work before launch. Okay. Yes, boss. With AgentKit, developers can now design workflows visually and embed agentic UIs faster than using new building blocks. Like there's an agent builder, a visual canvas for creating and versioning multi-agent workflows. Ooh. Connector registry, a central place for admins to manage our data and tools connect across OpenAI products. Oh, chat kit, a toolkit for embedding customizable chat-based agent experiences in your product. Really? Oh, nice. As agent workflows grow more complex, developers need clearer visibility into how they work. Agent Builder provides a visual canvas for composing, logic. Of course, this is something we see with end-to-end. So that's why I kind of saw like a lot of the chat was like, is this gonna kill end-to-end? I wouldn't say anything to that, but as you can see, what we have right here is something similar to what we have end-to-end. I don't know what the nodes are, but you can use templates, and you can also like, start, jailbreak, all of this stuff just to build like your own agent. And I think you can also do like multi-agent stuff. So it seems like guys are testing it out. You can see that we have at ramp The team went from a blank canvas to a buyer agent in just few hours. Of course, we just have to trust you and believe you, right? We never know if any of this is true, right? Agent builder transform. Okay, enough of that. Okay, so there's also a connector registry for enterprises to govern and maintain data across. Anyways, basically probably saying like this is where you can manage your own connectors to the agent. Like drawbacks, you can maintain what happens when people use your stuff. Just more extra work for more developers to get employed. I like it. Deploying the chat UIs for agents can be surprisingly complex. Chat kit. Just look at that. Developers can also there's also guardrails where like you can. I think this is pretty cool. Let's check out what guardrails looks like. I think I've opened a couple stuff. I'm just looking for where I get the UI. Oh, nice. Some UI finally. So, this is the chat kit in use. Like you can bring chat GPT stuff, your app stuff directly inside your platform. Badass. Oh. Wait. So all those guys, all those products that do like RAG, customer agents stuff, what happens now? I'm curious what happens now. I don't like saying like they're dead. No, they're not dead, but it's close. Everybody doesn't mean like people are gonna stop using the product anyways. I don't like saying that. I'm just joking. But like you can see that it's similar to what you have with like and this is not just like this is an agent, so they can literally probably make like a customer agent and just have it there that sees their docs and can do RAG and stuff, because now they can do the agents. They can literally do like an agent building to like do RAG stuff if they need to, and they can embed the chat kit. And because they're also using OpenAI in other places, they can have just one kind of platform to manage all of that. I mean, I'm making sense, right? So yeah, that is. Oh, we have someone in the chat. That Web3 guy. Yo, what's up? Nice to see you here. I'm just kind of going through all of OpenAI's recent release and just like keeping myself up to date, but making sure that you guys get up to date as well. If you're a developer, you should be here. Anyways, evals are one of the most boring things when I talk about AI. Like evals, nobody wants to hear about like what this is that. Nah, we want to see do cool stuff. We want to see motion. We want to see text. But all of these are important to making decisions about what to use anyway. So we leave that boring stuff to the devs. All right, so we just checked out what the agent kit is. I'm gonna go more into. Oh, am I gonna get up to date? Because I think these are codex is not generally available. Oh, nice. So the agent kit. Let's take a look at that. Agent kit is a modular toolkit for building, deploying, and optimizing agents. Create workflows with agent builder. Let me see. Open agent builder. I need to sign in. I'm guessing this might crash my PC. I don't like doing. Let me pull up another browser, right? For some reason, my stuff like crashes when I use So I'm just gonna do that right here. I'm gonna use another browser to open that stuff, and we can. Please don't ask me for OTP. Damn. It's asking for OTP, bro. Let me try another account. Hopefully this one works. Right. Okay. This one should work. ChatGPT.com. All right. So now I can paste my agent builder link. I'm not sure I'll probably have access to this stuff because like, oh, I do have access, and I'm not paid. So probably it's free. I doubt it though, but like, let's see. So this is my interface. I got the, can I collapse this? Yeah, cool. The data enrichment. Oh, these are templates, right? These are templates. Build a chat agent workflow with custom logic and tools. Crazy. So everything kind of end up being chat agents. So I think that's important. So everything kind of sort of ends up being chat. And then you can use that agent wherever you want to with the chat kit. I think that's like the idea. So everything ends up being a chat agent. So a customer service. So because I'm thinking about like I'm at Super Tokens, there was we had to use Kappa. Kappa does like Kappa. Yeah. So we had to use like Kappa to do like ultimately it's more like having like AI in your docs, and even OpenAI uses Kappa. So like I'm thinking, wait, do they? Oh yeah, they used on Discord. Okay, so well, I wouldn't. Yeah, on Discord probably. Yeah, they should keep it there, right? But like for every other vertical, like on the docs and stuff, I don't know about that. So like let's create a simple one and see what that looks like. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. And we got tutorials right here that you can use too. And we got this fancy UI experience to create your own agents and stuff. I love it. And then this floating UI to sort of like MCP guardrails, transform, logic, while user approval, fancy stuff. Okay, so why is it not collapsible? Nice. So start and then your agent. So I can click on the agent. What do I see when I do that? Okay, nothing is happening. Just let me go back a bit. Did I break something? Did I just say fail to load subscription? They caught me. It's not free. You gotta pay. And it's frozen again. I'm guessing probably it's not free, and I'm just like, for some reason it's opening for me. And then you can see the code agent SDK. In case you want to use the agent SDK in a Python version, and everything just works right here. Cool. When you start, oh yeah, you see this pop up right here. Nice. Start, define the workflow inputs, input art. You can add like variables to start. So I can say shit process. Start time. Oh, number. That's time. 90 seconds or not, whatever. And you can have like that. Oh, so you can have variables and you can like tweak it. Oh, I think this goes to the docs or something. All right. I think this is fancy. I like it. I kind of like everything at this point. I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for coming around. So you can leave notes and stuff. I'm guessing probably they're using React Flow. I don't know why I'm having to guess that, but like, yeah. So that works too. You can drag in MCP. Oh, and then you can add a bunch of all this other stuff. Nice. Do you guys see this? Oh my God. Okay. You can install the one by other developers or use server side MCP that are hosted in the cloud. The MCP server link, your auth token. Oh, fancy, man. Fancy stuff. All right. We There's logic, there's transform, right? You can transform stuff, convert this to that. Cool. So this is the agent builder, right? And I don't want to spend more time on this really. I just want to, that's it. It's cool. Nice. Thank you so much, OpenAI. I'm sure somebody will find a use for this. Until then, we move on. And then there's the chat kit. So the chat kit is more like you can embed chat kit in your front end, customize its look and feel. And OpenAI handles all the work of making the chat works, and it talks to your agent. So you build your agent in the agent builder environment using the workflow stuff. When a chat is got in, what happens to that, this, and all the processes. OpenAI kind of handles that for your agent stuff. And then you, as a dev guy, you just plug in the chat kit and put the chat somewhere in your product or in your app, in your solution, and that kind of works. So at the high level, setting up chat kit is a 3-step process. Create an agent workflow using the agent work builder that we just saw, hosted on OpenAI servers. Thank you. Of course, you're gonna pay. I think none of this is free. It never is free. Then set up chat kit and add features to build your chat experience. So, for example, this is your UI. This is your product right here, right? Your product right here, and then you integrate. So this stuff is talking directly with OpenAI, right? And when they upload an image, this guy uploads it. Oh my God. Yeah. Fancy stuff. There's a lot of stuff here. Widget builder. You can build widgets into it. Oh, you can chatkit.world. Okay, so you can go to chatkit.world and play with a version of chatkit. Oh, this is nice. Oh. Wait, what are they using for this? Sorry, I gotta do this quickly. I'm guessing Mapbox. Oh, yeah. Called it. It's cool, though. It's gonna blow that. Right. Okay. Plan a journey for us to go to. If I want to travel to the farthest country from my location, how many apps would I need to take? I don't even understand what I just asked, honestly. But let's see what happens. Okay. Use whatever you think. Use whatever you think it means. Hopefully that doesn't give me more questions. Okay, let's approach this as the number of country borders you need to cross, starting from your country and traveling overland as you're journeying by foot. My current location, I am in South Africa. South Africa. Oh. So all of this stuff is done by the chat kit. So basically all the experience you get from like chatting with ChatGPT directly inside your app stuff. You can like it. You can copy. People can copy. You can like, okay. I'm not sure that's working. Oh, you can like it. You can regenerate the response. And OpenAI handles all of this stuff. And I think the widgets will give you the ability to like so what's it called? The ability to sort of do upload images and all those fancy stuff like people need to do when they're chatting with AI. Current level wanderer. Reset. Okay. I don't understand what exactly. Let me just refresh this. €1 the world. Guess the country. It's probably gonna use a tool. Okay, give me a riddle for a country. My land stretches two continents where east meets in a city once called Byzantium. I, what country am I? I'm just gonna baklava sultans. Empires were once led by sultans and famous for its trees. Egypt is coming to me, but sultans, Egypt, no Pharaoh. Arabian, Arab. Let me just. I don't know what I just tapped, but like, let's wait. Um. Uh. Oh, give me a name. Give me a name. I mean, talking about like a country for like the country's largest city spans both Europe and Asia, separated by the Bosphorus. Oh my God. Its capital isn't the biggest city, but it's where you find the art of government. This guy is making this stuff between Europe and Asia. Just tell me, bro. I need to. I don't know most of this stuff. Turkey. Oh my God. Oh, yes. I want to see what happens. Like, does he use any of this stuff? Oh, I wanted to see what happens. Oh, nice. Oh, visit. What? Oh, fans. Is this stuff open source? Yo. This is a type of like experience I was trying to literally recreate for a project. I kid you not. I kid you not. Anyways, um, it is what it is. But you can use the chat kit. Fancy. I'm not gonna close it. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, then we'll talk about guardrails. So guardrails are like you want to make stuff that your people can chat with. Uh, like there's a word for it. Content restrictions or something. So you don't want people to reveal their details. You can mask personal informations for moderations as well. When someone is trying to jailbreak you, ban them. And of course, that boring stuff I told you about evals are what makes this stuff kind of deterministic, if you get what I mean. So that is about guide rails. Let's go back to every other stuff. Right, so that's about the agent builder, by the way. And let's see more stuff from the announcement. Sora 2 in the API. I'm just gonna view the docs. So we got Sora 2 in the API. And if you don't know Sora 2, it's one of, if not the best video gen models right now. I'm telling you, no cap, no fluff. When I hear people say no clap, no fluff, I almost immediately realize they're using AI in some form. But of course, yes, you use it. Just don't make it obvious though. It reduces the seriousness of what you're saying. Trust me, I think it is. Subconsciously, if I know, I just feel okay. But is that good? Oh, what was that? Yes, Sora is OpenAI's newest frontier in generative media. I told you. But so now they expose the API for you to use, and now you can use it. So pretty cool. a lot of people were using this before, like um to do like what's it called again? You needed invite codes to use the front end, but I think with the APIs now, you can use it to generate videos. And I should probably some pretty good ideas you can. So input image generated with Google with OpenAI, and then generated videos in Sora 2 converted to GIF. She turns around and smiles, then slowly walks out of frame. Turns around, smile, slowly walk out of frame. It was good. That did not seem weird at all. Okay, this guy, the free door opens, a cute chubby purple monster comes out of it. Dude, what? Yo! At this point, I think, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cool, guys. And you can use this on the API now on Sora too. I'm just thinking about like what the next gen iteration of this is going to look like. I'm probably boring you guys out right now because like I'm just in my own world. Anyways, Codex. Check out new features like a Slack integration, Codex SDK, and enterprise controls in Codex. So Codex is like Cloud Code by OpenAI, where you can use it to write code, and OpenAI models will just go write code for you, like the way you have Cloud Code, right? And that's what Codex looks like. So basically, you can now everybody can use it. Just npm I global install OpenAI Codex, and now you can call Codex, and it's gonna show up and help you write stuff. So let's see what this UI looks like. Remove the new agent SDK Codex guide to developer side, and then a bunch of chat. Oh, and then tag Codex. Please take care of this. Add it to the Codex GA branch, and then Codex reacted on it, kicked off attacks in the open. Oh my God. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. And then boom, 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 it's done. And then you can go check what Codex did. Oh, nice. So it's like it does the work, and it has like a UI that you can go track what exactly it's doing. Fancy. So everybody can use Codex now. Just another way for you to take out money and pay for stuff. So if you want to get that experience, it's now available. You can use it in Slack. You can use it in wherever it's available. Fancy. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Also, we got GPT-5 Pro in the API. I'm curious about this. I thought we had GPT-5. Oh, GPT-5 Pro. Kind of naming their models like Apple right now. GPT-5 Pro. Is this not the first version that had like Pro attached to it? Pro. GPT-5 Pro Max. There's GPT Real-Time Mini, a smaller voice model that is 70% less expensive than the large model. 70% less. Oh my God. We got to check it out. In my head, I'm kind of thinking like, what can I build with this stuff? What can I build with this stuff? What can I build with this stuff? 70% less expensive? Whoa. That is something. That is something. Nice. If you're just curious about like this, voice is something that I think like, okay, we've seen innovation in that regard. Don't let me say what I want to say, because I think we have a smaller image generation model that's 80% less expensive than the large model. Well, does it work as crazy as the other one? If not, but it's cheaper, so might be for you. All right, so I think that kind of wraps up like majorly most of what they announced. I'm just gonna check Twitter once again to see what other people are like. Oh yeah, my guys just announced it. Am I following these guys? I'm not, but I'm just gonna open them. So you can use like even OpenAI is creating a workflow builder. Nice. So Apps SDK, Agent Kit, Chat Kit, more powerful codecs, new models in the API, Sora 2, GPT-5 Pro. Nice. That kind of summarizes everything, bro. So if this is real, that is crazy. Of course, it's a meme. I don't think that is like brash. All right, guys. So I just wanted to go through all of that, and that's like what we concluded about like what OpenAI kind of launched for Dev Day. If you want to play around with any of it, you do know where to go. It's on the blog research OpenAI DevDay, or I'm gonna attach links to. Probably just copy the link now and paste it. So just gonna paste it on all that stuff, and you guys can see. I'm gonna paste it on LinkedIn. I'm gonna paste it on Twitter. I'm gonna paste it on Twitter. Where's Twitter? I'm gonna paste it on Twitter. Paste on Twitter. I'm also gonna paste it on X as well. Yeah, I think which is crazy enough. It's like an hour into the stream already. I've been yapping a lot. All right, so let me check if any other stuff has gone through. Just refresh. And that kind of concludes the entire thing, really. Honestly, I don't want to stretch out this thing too far. But if you want to check out like more about what OpenAI is cooking, you do know where to go. You can check out them on Twitter, and you can also follow the conversations on the Discord, I think. Do they have a Discord? Or the OpenAI forum? I'm not really sure again. Man, lots of folks were in there. I mean, it's OpenAI, guys. And then we have Sam Altman. Post for the cameras a little bit. The bad boy. Bad boy Sam. Bad boy Sam. You can tell if he's a villain or a hero at this point. AGI is scamming himself. Everybody's kind of like, ee. Okay, let me just pause this. I will not stop yapping if I don't like kind of end this now. So for some reason I can post comment on. Oh my god, I'm checking the wrong video on X. I actually thought it ended. Turns out I'm checking the wrong video. Okay, I'm gonna post it in the right one this time. Where I have like 41 viewers. Crazy, guys. Nice to have you guys here, wherever you are. One terabyte, 1 trillion, 100 billion, 10 billion. What are all these names?
Thank you for doing such incredible work. You are the ones pushing the future forward, and seeing what you've already done makes us so excited about what comes next. While it's exciting to celebrate how far you all have come, we are still so early on this journey. So today we're going to focus on what matters most to you all, which is making it easier to build with AI. We've been listening to developers, hearing where you get stuck, what you want us to build next so that you can build more things. We've got 4 things for you today. We're going to show you how we're making it possible to build apps inside of ChatGPT and how we can help you get a lot of distribution.
I think we talked about
We're
that.
going to show you how building agents is going to be much faster and better. You'll see how we're making it easier to write software, taking on the repetitive parts of coding so you can focus on systems and creativity. And underneath all of this, we'll give you updates to models and APIs to support everything you want to build. We think this is the best time in history to be a builder. It has never been faster to go from idea to product. You can really feel the acceleration at this point. So to get started, let's take a look at apps inside of ChatGPT. We want ChatGPT to be a great way for people to make progress, to be more productive, more inventive, to learn faster, to do whatever they're trying to do in their lives better.
Make this look good.
We have been continuously amazed by the creative ways that people use it. Since our first Dev Day, we've been working to try to figure out how to open up ChatGPT to developers. And we've tried things like GPTs, we've adopted standards like MCPs, and we've made it possible for developers to connect ChatGPT to more and more applications. Some of this stuff has worked, some of it hasn't, but we've learned a lot along the way. And today we're going to open up ChatGPT for developers to build real apps inside of ChatGPT. This will enable a new generation of apps that are interactive, adaptive, and personalized that you can chat with. So to build them, today we're launching the Apps SDK, which will be available in preview starting today. With the Apps SDK, you get the full stack. You can connect your data, trigger actions, render a fully interactive UI, and more. The Apps SDK is built on MCP.
We talked
you
about
get full
that.
control over your backend logic and front-end UI. We've published the standard so that anyone can integrate the Apps SDK. When you build with the Apps SDK, your apps can reach hundreds of millions of ChatGPT users. We hope this will be a big deal for helping developers rapidly scale products. Thank you. You're welcome. If a user is already subscribed to your existing product, they'll be able to log in right from the conversation. And in the future, we're going to support many ways to monetize, including the new agentic commerce protocol that offers instant checkout right inside of ChatGPT. So let's take a look at a few examples. When someone's using ChatGPT, you'll be able to find an app by asking for it by name. For example, you could sketch out a product flow for ChatGPT and then say Figma, turn the sketch into a workable diagram. The Figma app will take over, respond, and complete the action. You can also then launch FigJam from ChatGPT if you want to iterate further. We're also making apps discoverable right in the conversation. So when a user asks for something, we can surface a relevant app as a recommendation. Maybe a user says they need a playlist for their party this weekend. ChatGPT could then recommend building it in Spotify. It's an easy way to find the right app or have the right app presented to you at the right time. And there'll be a whole bunch of new ways for developers to get discovered. So now, rather than just talk about this, I'd like to invite Alexi to the stage, and we'll show you a live demo. Thanks, Alexi.
All right. When is it live right now?
Hi, I'm Alexi, a software engineer on ChatGPT working on Apps SDK. I'm super excited to showcase some of the first apps users will be able to interact with today. The magic of these apps is combining their rich interactive visuals with the power of ChatGPT. Let's start with Coursera.
Yeah,
Let's say I don't
Coursera
spend enough
does.
time thinking about machine learning at work, and I want to learn more. I can ask the Coursera app in ChatGPT to help me learn more about this. I can say, Coursera, can you teach me something about machine learning? Since this is my first time using Coursera,
You guys should check out something. C is history right here. Can I open? You see this part where you say Sam app SDK opinion, and then what where that I mean, this is someone building the thing you use, guys. Dog working, business names.
about machine learning. Since this is my first time using Coursera in ChatGPT, I'll need to consent to connect. The next time I use it, I'll be able to dive in immediately.
Yeah, agent connect Coursera.
You'll notice I asked ChatGPT for the Coursera app directly, but ChatGPT can also suggest apps if relevant to the conversation.
God knows
Apps
the
in
prompts that's
ChatGPT by
behind this
default are
stuff.
displayed inline
Oof.
and can support anything that you can render on the web, like this video shown here.
So you can
Apps
render videos
SDK
as well.
also supports picture-in-picture or expanding to a full screen layout.
First of all, like
So now that I have my
YouTube
course up,
directly into
let's
this,
play the video.
that'll really be a thing.
Playing the
Like,
video immediately pins it to the top
YouTube.
of my screen, which is really helpful for something like Coursera because you can access your conversation while watching the video. Let's skip ahead a little bit and say I want to go a little bit deeper on something mentioned in the video. I can ask ChatGPT, can you explain more about what they're saying right now? Apps SDK provides an API to expose context back to ChatGPT from your app, ensuring that the model always knows about exactly what your user is interacting with. We're calling it talking to apps, and it's really part of the magic here. I'm super excited about how learning with ChatGPT, one of our top use cases, is continuing to get better. And with apps and the Apps SDK, you can unlock richer educational experiences for users around the world. So here, ChatGPT responded and explained that the instructor is talking about data preparation steps before training a machine learning model.
Access to like the transcript.
And then it breaks it down in simple terms for me.
Some way.
I don't need to explain what I'm seeing in the video. ChatGPT sees it right away.
Can I forward? I want to move this faster.
So here I was able to connect to Coursera's app. So love being creative in ChatGPT here.
Just messing it up.
Users also love being creative in ChatGPT here. Here I have a conversation where I've been brainstorming some ideas to help my younger sibling's dog walking business. We've gone back and forth a few times, and now it's time to make this into a reality. I'm pretty happy with some of the names here. So let's take this walk, this wag name. And now I'm going to ask Canva to turn that into a poster. I can say, Canva, can you make me a poster
in the demo
with
video.
the walk, this wag name? I want it to be colorful, whimsical, bright, and I prefer, ask Coursera for a typing course too, maybe. I prefer sans serif fonts. Cool. Send that off, and now in the background, Canva is generating posters based on the context from my conversation. Canva is great at creating assets like this, and now you can kick it off directly from ChatGPT. Whether you're making professional marketing assets for OpenAI or just a fun demo for DevDay, Canva is right there in the...
So when I think about this, I remember like Gamma does like, and then Chronicles. Now you can do this directly inside ChatGPT. And fancy that. What I'm thinking is like when those guys also want to plug into here, are they going to plug into here like with their own AI stuff, or they're going to use ChatGPT's AI stuff?
Conversation as you work. Apps SDK, as Sam mentioned, is built on MCP, an open standard we've loved building on at OpenAI. And if you have an existing MCP, it's really quick to enhance it with the Apps SDK. All you have to do is add a resource that returns HTML, and the app would be able to be up everywhere ChatGPT is distributed, across web and mobile. As you can see, this is a live demo, so we're experiencing a little bit of latency, but here we go. Canva has returned 4 poster examples to us. We see them in line, just like the Coursera video, as well as ChatGPT kind of explaining what it's done for us. But we can explore another modality in Apps SDK, which is full screen. I click an asset, and the app requests full screen. We were able to focus on a specific asset. And from here, I can see it in more detail. I can ask ChatGPT to request changes, maybe visual tweaks, just like with our image generation experience. But since we're in San Francisco and it's DevDay, let's ask Canva to convert this into a pitch deck.
Okay, so Canva turned this into a pitch deck. I saw the demo video, and I was like, it's one of the things I do is make slides. I do DevRel, I gotta speak, I need to make slides. If this can help me go from copy paste to prompt, get a slide, I think it's fancy, and I like it.
Make this poster
so I imagine other people.
Pitch deck.
But the thing for this is very open for developers. Like if these guys are doing it, your product can come into here. So think what I'm thinking. People that do forex stuff, that do trading stuff, and you kind of like pump it. You can just like, it opens up lots of doors to have your app directly inside. Of course, it's building apps in ChatGPT. So
I'll send that off, and since now Canva's going to make us a couple of slide decks, it may take a moment. So in the interest of time, we'll move on to show one more demo while that loads. Say the dog walking business is going really well and we want to expand to another city. I can ask ChatGPT, based on our conversations, what would be a good city to expand the dog walking to?
Of course, it can like.
ChatGPT, of course, knows what we've been talking about. Super enthusiastically says Pittsburgh. Great. Now I can invoke the Zillow app to say, please show me some homes for sale there. And now ChatGPT is talking to Zillow to fetch the latest housing data, and we'll get an interactive map embedded in ChatGPT. And we'll explore how the full screen experience there goes. So we have our map, gorgeous loading state, and boom,
Oh my God.
we have a bunch of homes here.
This is directly inside ChatGPT.
It also looks like our slide deck.
It shows you the stuff and can like.
Are done, so we'll go back to those in a moment. But this map is a little hard to see in the inline view, so I can click a specific home and open it full screen. And now we have most of the Zillow experience embedded in ChatGPT. You can request a tour, all the actions that you would expect from Zillow. But we have a lot of options here, and it's kind of hard to parse. So I can ask ChatGPT, can you filter this to just be 3-bedroom homes with a yard? For the dog, of course. ChatGPT will talk to Zillow again, and because the app is in full screen, it can now just update the data that's provided to it without needing to create a new instance. We see ChatGPT came back. We get the message overlaid here. If I click that, I can view my conversation over the Zillow app and even open it to the full height. Cool. Let's zoom in and find a specific home we may be interested in. Now, because the Zillow app is exposing context back to ChatGPT, it knows what I'm looking at. I can ask for more information about this home, like how close is this to a dog park? ChatGPT is able to compose the context.
Okay, so did you notice what just happened? So like, basically, whatever you're doing in the chat, in the interface, the UI interface embedded inline into ChatGPT, context is also being provided to ChatGPT of what is going on. And that is a very subtle but crazy UX boost. Like subtle, but really, really, really cool.
From Zillow with other tools at its disposal, like search. So it's able to give more information about this home. From here, I could invoke other Zillow tools, maybe find out the affordability of it, but it'll provide the best answer every time. This is a great example of how dynamic an experience with Apps SDK can be. This all started from an inline map, and now we're able to go back and forth between talking to the app, asking ChatGPT questions, or just using the Zillow experience. Let's check back in on those slide decks. So if I pop back over into this conversation, see Canva has given us a few options here. Like the look of this blue. So if we open that up, we now see the slides in full screen, and I can see all the beautiful slides that Canva has generated for me. When I'm ready, I can...
Do you see this? This is a very beautiful slide. Done with just prompts and like $9 of credits. Saves you hours. And you just, especially for people that don't kind of get, design might not be your first, like, might not be at the tip of your hands. Like, this is nice.
Just like the posters, I could ask for follow-up edits, and when I'm ready, I can open this in Canva to get the real slides out and hopefully close the seed round. So there it is, the magic of apps and ChatGPT, conversations that unite the intelligence of ChatGPT with your favorite products, resulting in truly novel experiences. I'm so excited to keep building this with all of you. Can't wait to see what you do with it. Now, back to Sam for more on apps.
That was awesome. Thanks, Lexi. That was great. It's very hard to type and talk in front of a bunch of people at the same time, so you did very well. We're excited for you to try out the apps that you saw in the demos, along with a few more from these launch partners. They'll be available in ChatGPT today, and this is just the beginning. We're going to roll out more apps from partners in the weeks ahead. For developers, the Apps SDK is available in preview to start building with today. Our goal is to get this in your hands early, hear your feedback, build it together with you. And then later this year, developers will be able to submit apps for review and publication. We'll also release a directory that users can browse. In addition to discovery and conversation, any apps that meet the standards provided in our developer guidelines will be eligible to be listed. Apps that meet higher standards for design and functionality will get featured more prominently, included in the directory and suggested as apps and conversations. We've published a draft of the developer guidelines along with the apps SDK, so you'll know what to expect, and we'll share more in monetization from apps soon. We'd also love your feedback about what you'd want. This should be an exciting new chapter for developers and for ChatGPT users. So that was apps, and we hope everyone loves it. Thank you. Move anything fast. Very text to our
Agents, yeah. The next one is agents.
Our build, deploy, and optimize agentic workflows with way less friction. Our hope is that everyone from individual developers to large enterprises will get a lot of value from this. And we'll talk about a few of the core capabilities now. So the first one is Agent Builder. This is a canvas to build agents. It's a fast visual way to design the logic steps, test the flows, and ship ideas. It's built on top of the Responses API that hundreds of thousands of developers already use. So most of you who have used our platform before should be familiar with the foundation. The second thing is ChatKit. We've heard this one loud and clear, and we're making it easy to bring great chat experiences right into your own apps. You get a simple, embeddable chat interface that you can make your own. You can bring your own brand, your own workflows, whatever makes your own product unique. And you can see in the video here how chat can work across each agent node and call on tools to form the best response. And then finally, evals for agents. We're shipping new features dedicated to measuring the performance of agents. You get trace grading to help you understand agent decisions step by step. You get data sets, so you can assess individual agent nodes. You get automated prompt optimization. And you can even now run evals on external models directly from the OpenAI platform. This is all the stuff that we wished we had when we were trying to build our first agents. And of course, agents need access to data. So with OpenAI's connector registry, you can securely connect agents to your internal tools and third-party systems through an admin control panel, while keeping everything safe and under your control. So let's look at a couple of examples. Albertsons runs over 2,000 grocery stores across the US. More than 37 million people shop there each week. And each store is like its own little economy. Managers have to make all these constant decisions, tweaking this promotion or that product mix, resetting the displays, working with a bunch of vendors. It's like a lot of stuff. So Albertsons built an agent using AgentKit. So now imagine a situation where sales are unexpectedly down for ice cream, down 32%. Before, this would have kicked off a long process of reporting. There'd be spreadsheets and meetings, a lot of panic. They sell a lot of ice cream, very important to them. Now an associate can just ask the agent what's going on. The agent will look at the full context of everything it can discover, seasonality, historical trends, external factors, and it'll give a recommendation. Maybe it's time to adjust the display or to run a local ad. So let's take a look at another agent. HubSpot is a customer platform used by hundreds of thousands of organizations around the world. And they used AgentKit to improve the responses of Breeze, their AI tool, using the custom responses widget. So in this example, a HubSpot customer called Luma Plants gets a question about why a plant is not doing so well in Arizona. It then uses the Breeze assistant to search its own knowledge base, look up local treatments for the state's low humidity, pulls in policy details, and puts everything together. It then offers multiple ideas and a recommendation. So this is how we imagine intelligence working across many different sources, all operating together to deliver smart, useful answers to customers. And it's a great example of the thing that you can build with AgentKit. We have a bunch of great agent launch partners that have already scaled agents using AgentKit. And it's available to everyone starting today. So let's do a live demo, and I will pass it off to Christina.
Thanks, Sam. Hi, everyone. I'm Christina, and I work on the team building AgentKit. Today, I want to show you how AgentKit helps developers create agents faster than ever before. So you may have already seen our DevDay website. It's the site here that all of you have access to and has everything about today's schedule. But right now, it's just a static page. What if it could actually help you navigate the day and point you to the sessions that are most relevant to you? We're OpenAI. We need to have AI in our DevDay website. So that's what we're going to build together, an agent powered by AgentKit deployed right here inside this site. And to make this interesting, I'm going to give myself 8 minutes to build and ship an agent right here in front of you. You just heard how hard it is to build an agent, so this is going to be a bit of a challenge, and I'm going to start the clock now to keep me honest. Okay, we have a clock going. So I'm starting in the workflow builder in the OpenAI platform, and instead of starting with code, we can actually wire nodes up visually. Agent Builder helps you model really complex workflows in an easy and visual way using the common patterns that we've learned from building agents ourselves. So here on the left, we've already extracted the common building blocks. For example, tools like file search and MCP, guardrails, human in the loop, and other logical nodes. Today, I'm planning on building a workflow that uses 2 specialized agents. The first will be a sessions agent, which will return information about the schedule, and the second will be a more generic DevDay information agent. So I'm starting off with a categorizing agent to just help route and categorize the type of message coming in, whether it's asking about a specific session or something more generic. And then I've added in an if-else node to route behavior based on that classifier. Next, I'll create the session agent. Here, I'll drag and drop an agent node. I'll call this session agent. I'll give it the context about kind of grabbing information about a session. And then I can add in various tools here. Today, I already have a doc with all the information about sessions, so I'll simply drop that in. Let's call this sessions and attach it. So this agent now has all of the information needed to answer my questions. But showing the schedule should also be fun and visually interesting, not just plain text. So I'll also create a widget for them. I'll head over to our widget builder. Here I could create a widget from scratch. I can browse the gallery to learn about other widgets and reuse them. But for today, I've actually already designed a widget for this use case. In this case, it's an onboarding session widget for Froj, one of our DevDay friends that you'll see around the venue, who's holding a 101 onboarding session in Golden Gate Park. So we can simply download this and then head back over to our agent and just attach it in as, I don't think I clicked download, so let me go back and actually click the button. Download. There we go. Great. So head over and attach it as an output format for the sessions agent that we just created. Drop that in. We can preview it to make sure we added in the right widget, and everything looks ready to go. So this session agent is now done. Next, I'll create the general DevDay agent. So once again, I'll drag in an agent node. Let's call this the DevDay agent. We'll once again give it some context about what it's doing, and then we'll also make it speak in the style of Froj just to make it really on brand with the day. We'll add in a file once again, so we have a file with all of the information about the day. Call this DevDay. Attach it. This agent is ready to go as well, and we'll attach that here. Now, it looks like I have a couple more minutes, so let's add in some additional security with one of the pre-built guardrails. So one of the most important things when building agents is being able to trust them, and guardrails help you have that confidence, protecting against hallucinations, adding moderation, blocking PII. In this case, we already have a couple pre-built guardrails. I'll turn one on for a PII, and then I'll just include name as well so I can easily verify its behavior. I'll attach this in to the beginning of the workflow to make sure Froj is really protected against PII, and then I'll add in an additional agent to handle cases when this information is passed in. So again, I'll make it speak in the style of Froj to stay consistent, and I'll remind it that it cannot help with questions that contain sensitive information and remove kind of the context. Great, so I think this workflow is ready to go. I can also configure the output to determine what shows up to the end user. In this case, I can also turn off file search sources if that is kind of more internal. And I think that's it. Let's test it out. I can preview this directly from our agent builder. So here I can ask, what session to attend to learn about building agents? And I can see this message moving its way through that workflow we just created, checking guardrail, categorizing intent, pulling information from the file of sessions that I just added in, finding the right session, using the widget that I added, and determining, orchestrating agents at scale at 11:15 with James and Rohan is like the best session for me to go to learn more about this. And then I see a couple ribbits because this is actually Froge talking to me and ribbiting at me. So, okay, I think this agent looks good. Need to watch the time. So we just built a few specialized agents using tools. We added in guardrails. We customized them using some widgets. And then we also tested out the workflow in preview. The one thing we haven't yet done is a full set of evals. And we can also do that directly from the agent builder to make sure that everything behaves exactly as expected before going live. But right now, I've got a giant clock chasing me, and DevDay is waiting, so let's publish this. Hit publish here. Let's call this Ask Froge. Hit publish. And I now have a fully deployed, published agent in production with a workflow ID that I could use to run directly. On the right, we also have code export in case I want to run this in my own environment, in my own servers. But you can see this is quite a bit of code to write. And so I'm just going to stick with using the workflow ID that we just created and then head over to my site. So here in my DevDay site, I'm first going to and then head over to my site. So here in my DevDay site, I'm first going to create a chat kit session using the workflow that we just created. I'll simply drop in that workflow ID. I'll add in the chat kit React component using that client secret that we just created in our own server, and then adding in visual customization as well to, again, make this really Froge themed. In this case, it's going to be called Ask Froge. It's going to continue to ribbit in the placeholder, and it'll have some Froge-specific colors and starter prompts. I'll add this Froge chat in a bottom sheet, so it'll come up from the bottom of the page. And then finally, I'll add in a bottom sheet, so it'll come up from the bottom of the page. And then finally, I'll add in a link to Ask Froge at the top of the site so that it's really front and center on our website. So let's go back to our site. There it is, Ask Froge, top of the site. Let's try it out. So what session to attend to learn about building agents? And again, this is running through that exact same workflow we just created, checking for guardrails, categorizing the message, pulling from tools from file search, using the widget that we designed, and then again deciding orchestrating agents at scale is the right session for me to go to, and continuing to ribbit in the style of Froge. So, okay, great, we've done it.
So she just made like a custom agent.
The agent is ready. We can stop the clock. The agent is ready.
And then use ChatKit to like plug that in directly into our own app, Retweet React.
With 49 seconds to spare. And I can keep iterating on this agent directly in the visual builder and also deploy these changes directly to my site without making any code changes at all. This includes adding new tools, adding new widgets for other use cases, adding new guardrails, and I can even wire it up to client-side tools to take actions directly in my website. So in just a few minutes, we've designed an agent workflow visually. We added in some tools and widgets. We previewed it. We deployed it. We tested it. And now you all can use it. This is actually live now in your DevDay site. You can tap your badge, and you should be able to see it and use it and find the sessions that are best for you. So we're looking forward to using it and meeting Froge, and also seeing all of the new experiences that you'll now be able to build using AgentKit. Thanks, and back to Sam.
Oh my God. So, fancy stuff. Cool.
Thank you, Christina. I think that's so cool. I can't wait to see what you'll all build with it. Let's exciting things happening with AI.
Just gonna walk through everything. Okay, I think it's part about Codex. And it's a long list of announcements. I think I've gone through like majorly everything. I don't want to keep you guys here. I think I've done a bunch of all the stuff. So yeah.
Is that we're entering a new era.
If you want to check them out, I dropped the link around the chat. So that should be able to get you to all the resources and you can see it. But with that said, thanks so much for hanging out today to catch up on what OpenAI is doing. I cannot tell you how fascinated I am by this stuff, especially the agent builder and the demo site I saw. It got me thinking about a couple of things, and I think I'm gonna act on them. All right, that's it about that. Enjoy the rest of your evenings or mornings or afternoons, and I remain core. Until next time, peace. Why did I just like I'm just gonna plug a button and everything's gonna end, but